So a lot of people say MAMONIR might not be good. Potentially, she might be bad in bosses because her ability is when you receive an attack, apply vulnerability to the enemy, right? But this means that if like in boss stages, the boss parts that hit you, that means that boss part will get the vulnerability, right? So if that's the case, then it's not as good in bosses. But we'll need to see how this works. So right now I'm going to test it, right? Because does the vulnerability apply to all the boss parts or only the boss part that hits you? Because if that's the case, then it could be bad, right? It might not be as good as we made it out seem to be. Now the stack, if it does go maximum stack and if the boss do hit you for like what, 8 times 8 stacks, that's actually a lot, right? That's actually a lot. So that's going to be how we're going to test it. Apparently there's a new boss right now. So let's jump into this and we'll see what this is about, right? Okay, let's try with this one first, right? We'll try with this one first. Zenith. Oh yeah, Zenith do apply a single one, right? Rafina is physical. Yeah, that's why I know it was that. Okay, so the boss is going to apply. If any player has a barrier or energy guard, this skill activates. Apply augmentation effect to all parts for 8 turns, increase damage dealt. Attack the enemy 4 times. Apply chain weakening. Okay. And then we are going to damage increase, reduce the enemy's attack. Okay, doesn't matter though, right? So what I'm going to do is I'll put MAMONIR right there. I'll apply this vulnerability stuff because we are just testing for now. We're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with whatever this is. And we're gonna go with here in the middle. Alright? And let me turn off my face cam so I can show you guys what we are looking at, right? Boom, 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 boom. Holy, somebody dead. Who? Livia. Okay, doesn't matter. So anyways, to answer the question of... Wait, I'm a bit confused now. So the one that we got attacked is by this one. So this one is from MAMONIR. Right? So a vulnerability 4 stacks because it attacks me 4 times. So this is the one from MAMONIR. Alright? This is the one. This one is from my Yumi. This one is from Livia, which just died, right? Livia just died. So Livia was the one applying this thing, magic vulnerability, right? So that one is going to be for Livia. Now, I think that's interesting. So if I look at this part, for example, let me click on this part. This part didn't get MAMONIR's vulnerability. Right, so only this part gets it, which is this one. This part didn't get it. This part didn't get it. This part didn't get it. So that means that concludes the theory, right? That concludes the theory. So what's the theory? That the boss has to hit you with that particular part to apply vulnerability to that particular part. So it's not as... I guess it's not as good as it make it seem to be, because right now it's going to be dependent on the boss that you fight. It's going to be even more situational than I thought, right? It would be nice if every single part of the boss gets that particular debuff, but in this particular case it's quite dependent on the boss. Now fortunately this boss do have that particular weak part that hits you, right? But what if the boss weak part don't really hit you, right? So you have to time it in that particular order. So it's going to be very, very time sensitive, I guess, in that particular way. And even this particular boss only hits you 4 times, right? You are you ideally won 8 times. So even this boss don't really apply vulnerability for that long. So very particular. I guess MAMONIR won't really replace all the other vulnerability characters, right? So she will still be dependent on the boss specifically that you fight. Now, is this a good boss for a showcase? Probably not. This one hits 4 times. This one is not a weak spot. It's going to hit you like... Let me see. Hits you like 1 time. This one hits you 1 time as well, right? This one attack the enemy 2 times, hits you 2 times, and this one instant death, right? Now this particular boss specifically doesn't apply like multi-hit. If a boss is multi-hit, I think like a previous one, the rule, the water cat rule, they want to apply multi-hit. That particular boss would be a way better sample for showcasing MAMONIR. But unfortunately, you know, it's going to be very, very dependent in that particular case. Now it's still going to be quite good, I believe, right? So with this particular vulnerability, right, I was still able to get, let's showcase like a scenario with and without, right? So I'll showcase a scenario with. So this one is going to be, so the boss is going to hit us, but the boss is going to hit us afterwards. So I have to go in 2 times. Okay, let me do this, right? I will set up my Livia to have a better gear first. Okay, let's go in. I'll go in with and without, right? Assuming, since this is a water boss, let's just assume the boss is going to activate that. I'm going to put Rafitia here, something along these lines. Rafina with the vulnerability, this. The thing is that particular thing is quite cheap. Okay, Darien will be able to go in twice. Sonia applies vulnerability. Is hers the regular one or the dark one? Okay. Okay, so we got hit 4 times, right? Okay, let's go in with this. Actually, MAMONIR needs to go to the middle. Something like that. MAMONIR is pretty strong. I'll just screenshot this damage, and then we can do a comparison. What? How come that skill does no damage at all? Anyways, so this one is I apply vulnerability, right? Vulnerability. So let me screenshot this. Mine might not be the most perfect example because mine is like literally +1, which is pathetic, okay? Nobody is going to have +1. Everybody here is going to 1-tap and get 5 copies, right? Let's just assume everybody here is going to get. So my propertic damage, Therian. So this is my damage right now with +1. Okay, let's assume you guys did not pull for this one. You guys pull for only the MAMONIR. So let's just assume that's happening, right? She should have positioned her better. Okay, move you here. Go with this, go with this, go with that. Okay. We'll do a comparison. +1, you have to spark to get +0? Really? What happened to I just 1-tap? What happened to I just 1-tap? So this is without. So look at this, 358 million total amount. So 415 million. Okay. So if you can apply vulnerability, it's still, even if you get +1, it's still net positive in terms of the damage that you do, right? But let me reposition my MAMONIR because I feel like I'm not doing her justice. I should position her this way. So it feels like even if you can get +1, even if you only apply vulnerability to one part, it's still like a net positive overall. This, that. Okay, let's see again. So we're trying to beat the 415 million. Let's see. Yeah, 373 million here. Total damage is still higher if you have the the other MAMONIR, alright, the one that applies vulnerability. Seems like it's yeah, I think it's going to be quite good, right? Vulnerability is quite important, so you get like 4 stacks. And this boss, fortunately, the stack is going to be this particular middle one, right? One of the weak spot, the 200% one, the middle one. The other one, that one is already too late. But yeah, even at +1, I think it's quite insane, man. So you should try to at least... I feel like at least get 1 copy, right? Or +1 at least. Get up to +1 and then save. It's still a standard vendor character. But it's not as weak as it is. I wish this one was available in the, you know, via the scrolls and stuff. But yeah, I feel like for most players, you are going to be able to benefit from MAMONIR if you use her a lot, right? Maybe for this particular boss, you definitely will use her because this boss is literally fire, right? MAMONIR is water anyways. So the tangible benefit is going to be specifically here. And at least there's that as an equation going forward. But I'm not sure about the next couple of bosses, right? Like for example, like in the last boss, the Fat Cat Rule or something, that one is quite niche. I think most people probably don't use Turris as well. Time to +5. Good luck. Good luck.